Our old friend Anheuser-Busch brewery has spanned our rankings, Nick.
Is that right, Joe?
That's right. We're what, 60? We're 64 episodes in, which is almost a year and 2 weeks now. Can you believe it? That's a long time.
55 weeks in a year.
52 weeks in a year.
52 weeks in a year. What did you say? You said a year and a couple weeks?
Yeah, 64 episodes in is a year and almost...
A couple months.
Oh yeah, a couple months. Look, after 64 episodes, the brain starts to deteriorate. But we have a very special episode today. We're recording out of the studio, where we have your Zoom mic. We're gonna get some pictures up, and it's hot. It's really hot in Seattle. It's been 90 degrees for how many days in a row? I don't know, but we went back to our old friends Anheuser-Busch. We said, what's going to reinvigorate us? What's going to refreshen us? And we got the beer today, and we started to look back at, how has Anheuser-Busch fared across our rankings? Mm-hmm. And I see it show up 6 times as a brewery.
Wow.
It feels like it's much more than 6 out of 64.
It
feels like
does.
we said their name a lot.
Especially when we belabor the point of, 3 beer companies own every single beer.
Yeah.
It feels like it should be more than that.
I was expecting it to be 10.
Yeah.
But 6 times it showed up in the rankings. It has showed up as high as 24, as low as 63. The Anheuser-Busch beers at number 24, we reviewed Bud Light Platinum. I don't regret that. Number 43, Bud Light Lime. We moved beyond that. We don't talk about that episode. Number 51, Michelob Ultra. That seems a little low for how much...
The utility of that beer gives it a lot of...
Go ahead.
Utility.
Yeah, okay. Good. And then number 53, America Budweiser, very early on in our rankings. Mm-hmm. I think that's about right, down to the deplorables. Then number 61, O'Doul's, an NA beer, but not our worst reviewed Anheuser-Busch. Number 63, Bud Light Chelada, takes that crown as the second to worst beer we've reviewed so far.
That one got shit on a lot. And rightfully so.
Rightfully so, indeed. But it leads us to another proud member of the Bud Light family. Mm-mm. We'll see where in that spectrum it falls. We'll see if it gets a little itch or it gets closer to number 1. As we drink a new product as of this year, 2018, Bud Light Orange.
Reading a review online. I was online again.
You were reading your online.
It said it looks like orange soda, but that just looks like beer to me.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all beer to me. Cheers.
Cheers. Looks or tastes like orange soda?
I think they said looks, but I wasn't reading that closely.
Go ahead and take a drink of that, puppy. Mamma mia, here we come again. Here we go again.
My. Yeah, it's refreshing, soda. Actually, yeah.
I don't know how I feel. It is refreshing, so it's like I expected it to be
overly sweet.
Oh, there's something going on there. Because Bud
How
Light
did this
Lime,
get this not cold? By the way, we bought this 10 minutes ago.
Because it's hot in Seattle. We bought it from the bodega across the street. We're currently in my basement. Studio's out of commission today, and so be it.
Maybe forever.
Who knows? I hope not. We have to discuss that offline.
I thought I sent you a memo.
I did not get this. Now, the listeners don't have to be part of this, but let me know if we're doing that.
You can talk to my agent.
Let me know if the studio is shifting towards this cardboard Amazon box with your
that
portable
we're propped
mic.
On. Yeah, I got a picture of it. The folks will see it. Our rabid online fan base.
Yeah, they get at us.
I was talking with somebody before, because we've both seen the analytics on the listenership of this show.
Yep.
And I don't, it doesn't translate to me in some other way. I think we're so used to seeing engagement or feeling that something is being seen by interactions on social media or something, Mm-hmm. So, say we posted this podcast on Facebook, and then we would go off the number of likes it got or something like that.
Right.
For how many people had seen it.
Right.
But the listenership we see of this is, very big. Much bigger than I would have thought.
Yeah.
Especially given... And granted, we don't really put stuff on social media all that much.
No,
so there's nothing to interact with. Is that it? Okay.
I think that we're not really... begging for interaction.
I need it.
I think
this is my plea.
People get at us more on Instagram, which is maybe off both of our radar a little bit.
Yeah.
People will comment.
I've deleted my Instagram.
You have?
I have.
That's a new development.
It is. I was just cheers to Joe, the Instagramless boys. Yeah, I was just tired of the culture of it.
Yeah.
It seems...
You struggled to get the word culture out.
Did I?
Culture of it.
Culture.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this word?
It's a... Have you guys been talking about... 2018, we're talking about this culture. No, I agree.
Culture Wars is what we got going on.
InfoWars.
That's the only website I have. That's my homepage.
Yeah, you got on Instagram
Internet
to spend
Explorer.
more time on it.
Yes.
On InfoWars.
Yes, I got the app. The InfoWars app.
Yep. Do you eat their medication?
Yeah, the neurotropics.
Yeah, it's the only way to think clearly. If you'd be able to say the word culture if you were taking neurotropics.
I would. And I'd take my shirt off on live television as well.
Start crying about the libs. What were we talking about? Oh, you got off Instagram.
The Instagram. Yeah,
we've come a little bit of a ways. Instagram, the culture is just the snapshot, look at where I am culture.
Yeah.
Is that what you don't like?
Yeah, I think I don't like that, and I think I don't have that impulse. So me being on there and seeing everything else being like that, just makes me sort of sad a lot of times, and it doesn't. It only creates a want for more. It doesn't like satisfy me to see these people in these different situations. Granted, it is you choose who you follow, so you can kind of customize it to what you want to look at. I just wasn't finding anything on there that I really wanted to look at that was interesting to me or that was making me feel better rather than either the same or worse.
Well, unfortunately, maybe you were subscribing to about as close to what you want to look at as possible, and that's just a limitation of the platform.
Right.
There's just no deep content on Instagram.
That's true. It
is a surface.
It's a way to build your brand and build this persona around you or your company or whatever it is.
Yep.
It's not something that can be deeply engaged with. That's true. And it can be, it's probably nice for just scrolling through if you're bored.
Scroll time.
Pull it up.
Yeah, pull it out.
Let me begin.
I agree. This coincided with another life event that happened to you recently. You lost your phone. Or you broke it or whatever.
We haven't discussed that on the pod.
So your phone was gone, and you had a period of time where you either had no phone or you had just some old-ass Android phone.
I had, no phone that had a data connection. So I had an old phone so I could get on Wi-Fi with it. Mm-hmm. You guys heard of this Wi-Fi?
You guys been talking about this culture on this Wi-Fi.
But yeah, that was what happened was I was back in Wisconsin and I was on my way to the airport. And
what airport?
MKE, baby. General Mitchell Howell.
Yeah.
Or Howell Mitchell, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah, General Howell Airport. Is it General Mitchell?
I think so.
General Mitchell Howell. Howell's in there.
Hey, get at us on Twitter if you know what the
Sound
airport is in Milwaukee.
I know it's MKE or the call letters.
MKE. So you're on your way to the airport.
Yes. And my phone just dies. And I haven't spent a lot of time in Milwaukee. And so I don't really, doesn't matter, but somehow I found my way to the airport. Still trying to reset my phone, looking up I was online again, trying to find out how I could fix this.
How are you online?
I had my laptop out at the airport.
As you were driving? Oh, I thought...
So I made my way to the airport. I found my way to the airport.
Okay, I thought you were driving and you were clicking on the laptop like you were Ethan Hunt.
Ethan's at it again. What's he going to do when his government turns on him? No, I won't even talk shit about Mission Impossible. I love Mission Impossible.
I love Mission Impossible.
We could talk about that of best theme songs of all. Have we talked about that in the pod?
No, we talked about it personally.
Okay. Ugh, why do we do that? We're not recording.
So Mission Impossible, iconic theme song.
Yes.
The whole franchise holds up. I argue that Mission Impossible 2 even holds up, and it supposedly is the worst one. And it's fun to watch. It's just very different than the rest of them. And I'm very excited for the new Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill or whatever. Is the guy.
Superman's beating the shit out of Ethan Hunt. I know.
It's going to be so good. It's so much fun to watch. We should go see it together.
Well.
Okay. So you're on your way to the airport.
I'm on my way to the airport.
On the thing.
Yeah, I'm blistering. Not even looking at the road. I got them self-driving cars. Are these?
Oh, God.
That's when my knees are on the steering wheel. No, so I
You get on the Wi-Fi, and there's this culture about self-driving cars these days. All right, keep going.
And so I fly back, still haven't fixed the phone, try to factory reset it, nothing's doing. And then the day I got back to Seattle, the next morning had committed to going out to the peninsula, which is across a body of water, if you're not familiar with the Seattle area, across the Puget Sound, meeting up with some friends. And so I had no time to replace the phone, and was out there on the peninsula, which is like an hour drive plus an hour and a half ferry ride from Seattle, where I was anyway, in Bremerton, and didn't have a phone that whole time for the 3-4 days I was out there.
God bless your soul.
I know.
God bless it.
I nearly didn't make it. But it was actually an interesting thing. I realized I never knew what time it was. I always had to ask people what time it was. When we were driving for long periods of this, because we went to this city that was away from the ferry. And also, we were in a 15-passenger van that my friends had rented. That was part of the experience.
Another
we
Ethan
had
Hunt
6
scenario.
of us. Yeah. We were all on laptops in the back just hacking.
Simon Pegg was making some off-the-cuff clips.
Yeah. He's hilarious, that Simon.
Yeah.
And didn't have my phone the whole time. Didn't have directions. Didn't know where we were going. Couldn't navigate to a coffee shop or something if I were to go off on my own.
You'd have to just go hope there is one.
Right, or ask somebody. God forbid. It was a whole new experience. Yeah, and being away from my girlfriend is long distance, so the phone is the only interaction we have.
Right.
And so just not having that was such a bizarre thing.
Okay, I was gonna say, watch your choice of words, Nick. I thought you were going a different direction.
No. It was so bizarre
We
because
don't
things
edit these. Bizarre. I know what you mean. And
things that I would normally send to her, oh, this is funny, or how are you doing? Could not interact at all.
Right. You got to condense it all to whenever you can finally talk with her.
Right. Till I'm on that Wi-Fi again.
Now, look, they got these guys driving these self-driving cars. They're on the Wi-Fi. There's a whole culture about talking to your girlfriend while on a self-driving car in that Wi-Fi. I'm not going to be able to remember too many more of them, so you don't tack any more onto that, right? I got Wi-Fi,
that
self-driving cars.
Concentration, yeah.
Anyway,
but
you were more present.
Yes, exactly. And when we were driving around in that 15-passenger van, that's the route I was going down, was I was just looking outside and watching things go by. Whereas,
God forbid,
people around me were on their phones, which I don't blame them. That's what I would have been doing. But just to not even have that as an option was sort of freeing in a way.
Hell yeah.
So if you ever don't need it for work or for wherever you're doing, it's not the worst thing in the world to not have a phone for a little bit.
It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that keeps you present. And Instagram is one of those things that makes you pick your phone up.
The ultimate, what's the latest? Any second you're bored, boom, 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 boom.
Right. I think that your leaving Instagram maybe coincided with this life event of not having a phone.
Instagram broke my phone.
Effectively, yeah. And the world is not profiting off you, and so you're kind of off the grid, cowboy.
I was for 3 days. Now I'm back. I'm back better than ever, baby. Next day I went and bought a $1,000 phone. That's true, actually.
He did.
I've since returned it.
Rockefeller here bought a $1,000 phone.
I've since returned it. Okay. I had a couple of real estate deals fall through. I found out I could no longer afford it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good. I don't know how we got here.
Yeah, okay. Back to how's the
Bud
beer
Light
going
Orange.
down?
So it's going down. I gotta say, I took the first few sips of this, and you made a comment about how maybe it looks like orange soda. It doesn't, but it tastes like you mixed orange soda and beer, which really repulsed me immediately. I was like, "Oh, lordy, this is almost like Sparks." That was my first reaction.
Ooh, okay.
But it was dumbed down because I was expecting to take a drink of something like Bud Light Lime, which is just a hint of lime, but it's mostly a beer flavor. I don't get almost any beer flavor from this, even though it looks like beer.
I agree with that. And this is Sparks if you take 75% of the water out of this. That's what Sparks tastes like, is the concentrate. Alcoholic orange juice concentrate. This is, I will stick by, this is refreshing, I think.
It is
I agree
refreshing.
It does not taste like beer. It tastes more like you said, orange soda or something.
Like a beer drink, but it is...
Right.
So we've had some controversy on this show doing Sparks and Smirnoff.
Yeah.
Those aren't technically beers, and people have been very upset indeed.
They're hitting the forums.
They're hitting the forums.
Make sure you all hit the forums and Twitter
and Instagram.
And
Get
Instagram,
on us, baby. It's great to be on Instagram.
Send me a letter in the mail detailing every thought you have of the show. Joe, do we have any of that can left?
You didn't want to have too much.
I know. Both of you and I came into this saying we don't want to drink a whole lot, and we got this. What is that? A 25-ounce can to share?
25, 24. 2 beers.
24.
Maybe it's 25.
I think
they don't publish
silos. Let me see it.
Here you go.
You got bad eyes, Joe.
I can't see these days. All these kids talking about
25
Wi-Fi.
fluid ounces. Yeah, 25. 1 pint, 9 ounces.
Okay, you were right. Good call.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, I want more too. It's refreshing. Like we were saying, it's really hot out there.
Yeah, this hits the spot.
And this hits the spot pretty well. So, as is often the case, I drink a little bit, I get repulsed, I get used to it a little bit, and it's going down pretty well. Now, will it go down with our parable or terrible? Oh! So Nick and I were perusing the bodega across the street. You know what we should do? We got to get more video content. We got to go in that bodega with
show the options
and show that nice couple, these old elderly people who own the bodega. Get the
sound effect of their doors. Customer has entered thing with the batteries dying.
So
that's what it would sound like.
I live across from this goddamn bodega, and you open they have it jacked up to the gills so that when you open the door, it goes Beano, Beano, and then when when the door closes, you open it. It happens every single time. So I hear it all day long. All I hear is this fucking bodega. Sorry, Nick's taking a picture.
I'm shooting video.
So I hear this fucking bodega all day long, and the battery is dying on the sound. So instead of going Beano, now it's going. And it's frightening to say the least.
Sounds like Joe in the bedroom.
Hey, my ex-wife can attest.
Look at this video content we're getting.
Are you still taking video?
Yeah.
We have Gardettos. This is a classic bodega sticker here. $2.59 for these Gardettos. Mm-hmm. And here we got our Bud Light Orange. And on video, I'll try it. Now I got two good pieces.
Up, Joe. What'd you get? A pretzel or a stick?
One thing that we saw is that they're selling Gardettos now that are only the crisps.
Yeah. By the way, I'm shooting this vertical video. All the haters could go.
All the Josh haters. All right, I'm gonna pair it.
Has a different meaning after tweets.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is an Italian cheese blend.
I didn't expect cheese, boys and girls.
Because that's not the original Gardettos, right? It's like a spice blend, not cheese.
This is different. No go for me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
the
orange
cheese doesn't pair with the orange.
Right, I was gonna say that's not a classic pairing. Like when you have fruit with cheese, it's like grapes or like something sweeter, not.
Yeah, this doesn't quite
citrusy.
It's like having a soda with this. Italian, like I made some red wine with those Gardettos, but
oh yeah, that's not good at all.
Does not work.
See, the idea behind the Gardettos was wheat, like
wheat
Blue
with orange.
Moon, like a wheat beer always comes with an orange. So orange beer, give it some fucking wheat.
We should.
Pardon my French. Sorry, Mom.
We should have got the Gardettos that were only the crisps.
We should have, but I think we both agreed that that's the worst
Gardetto.
That's
a terrible idea, yeah. I agree. I think it's crazy that anybody would want to buy that.
Just what was it, the wheat? The rye chips.
The rye chips. So Gardetto, you get the penis stick, you get the ribbed stick, which is really just redundant with the pretzel, I would say.
A little bit.
Pretzel's a little bit crisper. And then the wheat stick, the ribbed stick.
Yeah, the rib stick, the pretzel stick, and then normal pretzels.
Normal pretzels, and you get pretzel stick, normal pretzels, and then you get like the kind of crouton thing. So it's like the loaf of bread of the Gardetto family.
Oh, right.
It's a little puff almost thing, but it's kind of hard and crisp. And then, of course, you get, there it is. Now, there it is indeed. Now, of course...
And there it goes, down my gullet.
And, of course, then you get the crisps. And I agree that the crisp is the worst Gardetto. It's the bane to the Gardetto existence. And the fact that they're selling only the crisps is absurd to me. But if anybody wants to pay for that, God bless you.
Oops, just crisps. That's what they should have called it.
Yeah, I do not understand that. Sound off, listeners. If you like, if your favorite Gardetto is a crisp, if you're
Bispin for Crispin.
that's inside.
Deep cut.
Inside baseball.
Bispin. Do we want to talk about Bispin?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think maybe...
The mystery...
let the mystery live.
All right, anyway, back to Bud Light Orange. It's
right.
a 4.2% alcohol by volume. Oh, by the way.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Okay, Bud Light Orange. Give me the details, Nick. Give me a detail.
Well, we're sitting here perusing BudAdvocate.com. BeerAdvocate.com. 4.2% alcohol, American Adjunct Lager. It has a 2.77 out of 5, or poor.
Okay.
Brewed with real orange peels for a clean and crisp taste that highlights natural citrus flavors.
Okay.
Stoned Trippin' says on June 5th, 2018, good heavens, this is a poor offering. I get the lime one. It makes some sense with the Corona thing, but this seems cheap, reaching, and more like soda than beer.
Yes.
It's fake orange color like the soda, and in a clear bottle. Maybe marketing to kids? ? Didn't Big Tobacco get in trouble for that? This seems on the precipice of something similar. The orange is not an accent flavor here. It's the only flavor, which is true. Yeah, this is true. This is God. Stone Trippin' is on.
Except for he had to bring kids into it.
Like he's reaching too far.
Yeah.
Somewhat chemical and candy-like to me when I smell it. Straight orange Fanta when I taste it. Fanta? Don't you want a Fanta?
Fanta? Yeah, you're right. Fanta.
Loaded with residual sugar and totally covering up any beery elements.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ends it by saying, "Pack your insulin shots."
Okay.
Funny guy.
No, this is Mike Cernovich.
It might be. He's gonna. Okay, whatever. We're not gonna.
We don't have to get into that. Bisp and Mike Cernovich off limits. You'll have to subscribe on Patreon to get our thoughts on those subjects.
That's a fair review, I think.
I think it's super fair.
A 2.37 out of 5.
Okay.
Which is just below the aggregate.
And what was the Beer Advocate score again?
2.77 out of 5.
Poor. Yeah. I agree with it, but I want to introduce a surprise new segment to the show that we didn't talk about. Yeah. And we're going to say, we both agree with this. We're going to do a new segment on the show, which is something I like to call, Has Casey Tried This Beer? So I don't know if he's going to answer, but if he does, we're going to get his thoughts on Bud Light Orange. And if he hasn't tried it, we'll just get his thoughts in general.
Mm-hmm. It's Friday afternoon.
Friday night.
I guess,
Friday night. He's 2 sheets to the wind by now. And we'll leave him a podcast voicemail.
We'll leave him a little V-mail.
If he doesn't answer.
I'd be curious, if you listen to a podcast every week, and someone left you a voicemail on that, would you hear the voicemail on your phone first or the podcast first?
My phone. I check voicemail.
You do? Okay.
Pretty soon.
At the tone,
yeah.
Please record your message.
All right, so let's leave.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Casey, it's Cold Cans Podcast here. We were calling to get your thoughts on Bud Light Orange. You're going to hear this voicemail. You'll also hear this episode if you tune in today.
Yeah. Orange, you listening, Casey?
And hit us back at Twitter at Cold Cans Podcast. Tell us if you like Bud Light Orange or not. If you don't, if you've never tried it, just fill us in on how you're doing. We worry about you, buddy.
And one more thing, stop pretending like you don't have access to the Snapchat account because I changed the password and I gave it to you.
Yeah, so that scandal is bullshit. You're just, well, let's just say, I mean, you were fired from the Cold Can social media team, Boots on Ground, but you can have your job back if you get back to us on Twitter or just fucking text me. We love you very much and we'll talk to you soon.
Love you, Casey.
All right. So that segment was a bit of a dud, but let's move right along to the rankings, baby.
More like Dud Light Orange.
Oh, come on! All right, so remember, Anheuser-Busch had 6. It currently occupies 6 spots on our rankings, from 63,
nearly 10%,
24 to 63. I think it's somewhere in that territory. Maybe it's not higher than 24.
No, I mean. Looking at Michelob Ultra and Miller 64, I almost think it'd be a sin to put this above those.
I agree. I don't think it's better than Budweiser.
Because like a somewhat comparable is Chef Hefeweizen Grapefruit beer.
Grapefruit beer.
And it's not above that, I don't think.
That needs to be re-ranked. I think we all have agreed on that. I have a spot for it.
Tell me.
Well, you're in the right territory. So... You were looking through the deplorables territory, so if we read those from down, number 43 was Bud Light Lime. Reading it down, Guinness, PBR, Rolling Rock, MGD, Chef Hefeweizen Grapefruit Beer, Coors Light, Miller Lite, Michelob Ultra, Miller 64, America, Budweiser, Schlitz, Tsingtao, Molson Canadian, Milwaukee's Best Premium and
Qingdao,
Olympia.
right?
Whatever the fuck it is. I put it below Molson Canadian, above Milwaukee's Best Premium. I have it at number 57.
Okay. I think it's fair. I do, like Schlitz. Yeah, this is more drinkable than Schlitz, but I don't know. Schlitz had some history with us.
Yeah. You think this is more drinkable than Schlitz? Schlitz is a nice, shitty beer, I thought. Okay. So you, taste-wise, what about Budweiser ahead of Schlitz?
No,
Would
it's
you
not.
rather have
It's
a
not
Bud or
great.
this? I mean,
It
when are
is-
you going to reach for this ever again?
Wouldn't reach for this again after trying it. That's true, which says enough. So
You should.
Yeah,
you
I'm
might
fine.
get a Molson or whatever.
I'm fine keeping it above Olympia and Beast Premium.
Okay, so you do think it's better than Beast? Because I would never reach for a Beast. I might reach for a Molson.
Right. Okay, yeah. Let's put it there. 57.
It's our new 57 beer.
Well, it's been a hell of an episode, Joe.
It's been hell. You know what we should do? We should come up with, for the last 36 episodes or whatever we have left, we should come up with a sign-off. A lot of good podcasts have a sign-off. Because we're always kind of struggle with what we're going to say at the very end.
Right. But that's always fun to me. It's a surprise.
Okay, you don't want to do a formal sign-off.
We could.
Or should we do a formal sign-off and then tack the joke on at the end?
Wow.
So then we always do have to come up with it. What would our formal sign-off be? Keep it cold cans
Keep
nation.
it chilly.
I don't like that. I don't like it one bit.
I don't like it either.
All right, Cold Cans Nation. Until next week, keep it chilly. Chilly.
I don't like it.